Good evening, class 10. Human nervous system and glandular system. Part 1. For beginners, part 1. The main objectives of this lesson are as follows. Human nervous system, Snayu Pranali. Glandular system, Granthi Pranali. See, nervous system, mainly thinking, logics, think of the past, present, future, make the body efficient. Then there is glandular system, a group of organs which produces different types of enzymes and juices. Hormones. Main objectives of this lesson are introduction. Introduction to the nervous system, one of the most important systems. Nervous system, reproductive system, it is the main central part of the body which controls all other systems and functions. Glandular system, parts of nervous system, glandular system types, and hormones and juices or enzymes produced by them, their functions, glands, some examples and their functions, hormones and functions, reflex action, and so many others, definitions, differences, state scientific reasons, etc. Question number 1, draw and label a neuron. Just from the word neuron, nerve cells, it is the functional and what structural unit of the nervous system, which I will write down later on. Draw and label a neuron, very important AC model. Question number 2, classify nervous system. Here, nervous system means human nervous system. What are the three parts of the nervous system? CPA. I have written one example to technique. CPA means central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomic nervous system. To remember, I have written CPA. The human nervous system is divided into three main parts. Central nervous system, CNS. Peripheral nervous system and autonomic nervous system, CPA. Central nervous system has three parts: cerebrum, big cerebellum, and medulla oblongata or brain stem. Peripheral nervous system. Peripheral, center means central part, bichko. Peripheral means periphery, oriparigo. Peripheral nervous system is composed of mainly two types of nerves: spinal nerves, 31 pairs, and cranial nerves, 12 pairs. Spinal nerves arise from the spinal cord. Cranial nerves arise from the brain. Autonomic nervous system, just by the word auto. See, auto means self, itself. Autonomic nervous system has mainly is of two types: sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic means it increases different activities, whereas parasympathetic just reduces the effects of sympathetic. Sympatheticले कुनै चिजलाई बढाउने काम गर्छ, जस्तो फियर, फ्लाइट, फाइट एटसेट्रा. अब यसलाई कन्ट्रोल गरिसकेपछि जस्तो एङ्गर, एन्जाइटी, फियर, फ्लाइट यो बढ्दै बढ्दै गयो भने मान्छेलाई गाह्रो हुन्छ. यसले प्यारासिम्प्याथेटिकले जस्ट कन्ट्रोल गर्छ, increase and decrease or control. CPA, central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomic nervous system. Central nervous system को cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Peripheral को spinal nerves, cranial nerves. Autonomic, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Question number 2 finish. Question number 3 is define the following. Neuron. A neuron is a structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Structural means it has some parts like cell body, dendrite, dendron or axon. Functional unit of the nervous system. Here structural means two or three parts, and functional means it does different functions. It helps in the nervous system. Functional unit of the nervous system. जसले काम गर्छ nervous system. Cerebrospinal fluid. It is the important and protective fluid or liquid found between arachnoid matter and pia matter in the central nervous system. Central nervous system को जुन डिएपी ड्याप हुन्छ, ड्युरा म्याटर, एराक्नोइड म्याटर र पाया म्याटर, सेकेन्ड र थर्डको बिचमा एउटा फ्लुइड पाउँछ. द्याट फ्लुइड इज भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट टु प्रोटेक्ट अस. द्याट फ्लुइड इज भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट एन्ड प्रोटेक्टिभ. इट इज कल्ड cerebrospinal fluid. Cerebrospinal fluid. On this. Question number 3A we finished. See. C. Meninges. What are meninges? The three protective layers in the central nervous system are called meninges. The central nervous system has three protective layers. They are called meninges. Example, to understand this, DAP. That you can write any DAP or any name and caste of a person, नाम लेखे पनि भयो, कुनै देशको नाम पनि लेखे पनि भयो. Any DAP DAP. D, just outermost layer, second layer and innermost layer. Dura matter, arachnoid matter and pia matter. Example, dura matter. D for dura matter. A, arachnoid matter and P, pia matter. To understand, I have written the technique to remember the name, just like CPA, Central Peripheral Autonomy. Three layers of the meninges are DAP, dura matter, arachnoid matter and pia matter. Another is reflex action. Reflex action. कुनै कुनै बेलामा हाम्रो ब्रेनले सबै काम त गरेको हुन्छ, तर ब्रेनले सबै काम गर्नुभन्दा अगाडि पनि स्पाइनल कर्डले पनि ब्रेनभन्दा फास्ट काम गर्ने हुन्छ. स्पाइनल कर्डले त्यो चाहिँ सडन हुन्छ, अनएक्सपेक्टेड हुन्छ र हामीले नचाहेको हुन्छ. हामीले चाहँदै नचाहेको सडन, अनएक्सपेक्टेड र इनभोलेन्ट्री एक्सन, मिन्स वी क्यानट कन्ट्रोल इट. त्यसको लागि हुन्छ रिफ्लेक्स एक्सन. यसमा चाहिँ स्पाइनल कर्डले काम गरेको हुन्छ. यसमा चाहिँ अब केही आग हुन्छ, त्यो चाहिँ थाहा पाउनुपर्छ. रिफ्लेक्स एक्सन, रिफ्लेक्स एक्सन नेपालीमा अकाम्य क्रिया अथवा सोच्दै नसोचेको. रिफ्लेक्स एक्सन इज द सडन अनएक्सपेक्टेड and involuntary action. It is unwanted. We don't want it, but it is unexpected, involuntary, we cannot control, and sudden, unexpected action done by the spinal cord without involving the brain. Example, see, running away on seeing a tiger, lion, etc. Blinking of eyes, blinking of eyes, pushing away hands from very hot or cold objects when tossed. When tossed. See, I have written meninges, three protective layers in the central nervous system are called meninges. They are very important and protective. Dura matter, arachnoid, pia matter. DAP, that. D, reflex action. Reflex action is the sudden, achanak, unexpected. We don't want, unhope, no soteko. And involuntary means uncontrolled, out of control. Involuntary action done by the spinal cord without involving the brain. ब्रेनले यसमा काम गर्दैन, स्पाइनल कर्डले चाहिँ काम गरेको हुन्छ. For example, running away on seeing a tiger or any other things. Blinking of eyes, आँखा झिम्क्याउनु. Pushing away hands from very hot or cold objects when tossed. आगो अथवा कुनै चिसो चिज अथवा धेरै तातो चिजलाई यसरी यसरी चट्ट थुलाई यसरी हात यसो नहेर्दा पनि अचानक हात चाहिँ यताउति जान्छ. Means unexpected, sudden, unexpected and involuntary action. Question number 3C. I have written some questions for you. Cerebrospinal fluid, neuron ganglia, reflex action. D, ganglia. What are ganglia? Ganglia are a group of nerves which are related to the nervous system and spinal cord. They are related to the autonomic and sensory nervous system. To the autonomic and sensory nervous systems, ganglia. Other things, gland or glandular system. Gland. It is a group of organs. It is a group of organs to produce enzymes, hormones, juices, etc. A gland produces different types of juices. Here I am going to write down some examples of glands. Example of glands. They are mainly related to the production of enzymes, hormones and juices. Mainly two types, exocrine and endocrine glands. But mainly two types, exocrine gland and endocrine gland. Exocrine means ducted and endocrine means ductless. Exocrine and endocrine. And some other examples, pituitary gland or master gland, pancreas, pituitary gland, pancreas, gonads, adrenal, thyroid gland, parathyroid glands. See, mainly pituitary gland or master gland, pancreas to produce insulin and glucagon, gonads, adrenal gland which is emergency gland, gonads, thyroid gland to produce parathyroxine gland, parathyroid gland. Adrenal gland or emergency gland, gonads, it is mainly divided into two, male and female. Male testosterone, female produces progesterone or estrogen. This was for today.